Akhilesh Mandal, the Chief Guest of Great Manager Awards 2025, and he's also the Managing Director of the Culture Factor, Hofstede's India. Mr. Krishan Balendra and Madam Balendra, Group Chairman, John Keels Holdings, founders, second generation entrepreneurs of the founders, third generation entrepreneurs who are here leading companies their grandfathers found. And we also have conglomerates, their CEOs, managing directors, and the ExCo and the board of directors witnessing this great event every year as we celebrate companies with great managers and great millennial managers. In this endeavor, next year we hope to recognize great Gen Z managers. We already have heard lots of challenges, all the CEOs who are in this forum, how they manage Gen Zs and how Gen Z's expectations are changing cultures of the companies. Some call them toxic, and in compliment back to the companies, they call the company cultures are toxic, and they tell it straight to the leaders of the company. And when Gen Z is on board your companies, unlike what we did, they don't look at the company's pride, the growth, the size, or the balance sheet. They are having a deep look at the quality of leaders who are driving this company. Is work-life balance well looked after in these companies? Is diversity, equity, and inclusion embraced in this company? In many companies, during the governor's interview, we find there are great diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at organizations' top level only. When we probe with the governors, ask them, what do you know about your DEI programs? As it cascades down to the C-1, 2, 3, sometimes the clarity has lost its purpose and the spirit. So Gen Zs are a blessing who's waking up the present day's leadership and boards. So we thought in our quest in recognizing great managers, next year we will extend it to the Gen Z segment as well. And over the 9 years, we are very close to achieving the 1,000 numbers of great managers in Sri Lanka. And we are also proud to say 8-9 years ago, some of the great managers who won on this very platform, 18 of them are at C-level leading the very same companies that they are working for. Shall we give them a round of applause because they are here? And what separates them from an ordinary manager is they challenge the status quo. They pull their bosses for a good fight that's worthy of fighting for the purpose of the company, not just for their perks or increments. They would like to challenge the convention. They want leaders to listen. According to the Gallup study, most of the leaders don't listen. They want others to listen when they talk. But when Gen Zs and great managers come into play, they want you to listen. Women empowerment. Sometimes we find across the company, the women empowerment or women representation is about 50 to 60%. When we probe what is the women representation at the leadership level, it is less than 20%. It's not possible for a country like Sri Lanka when 52% of the population is constituting females. It is equally constituting in the companies by and large in a broader spectrum, but when it goes to the top leadership, it's dropping to as low as 20%. And it's a wake-up call to many of us as we give the report at the end of this assessment. Where do your companies stand compared to the best of the best in the industry? And why did our managers win? And why didn't some of our managers did not make it to the great managers? So every year we have challenges in answering questions from CEOs and managing directors. Our best performer did not make it to great managers. We fielded him, we nominated him. So we also understand that all your great performers may not be leadership material to be recognized under this platform. So that learning, that feedback goes down to the companies, and the second, third year when they are fielded again, they have exceeded the expectations of the Great Manager platform and made it through. So this year, something very special, in addition to most of the conglomerates, private held companies, there is a strong state institution which has joined from the insurance sector to see what's the caliber of or the quality of their leaders. And we are happy to say they have bagged more than 5 awards in this platform, equally competing with the strongest private sector entities. And 38% of the winners of the Great Managers so far are female leaders. And this is one platform that encourages all the winners to bring their spouses on stage. That's why we see everyone seated in couples. And among the female leaders, we find 62% of them don't want to bring their spouses on stage. So when we probed, we found that the spouse is not the greatest inspiration. It's the mother or the sister or the father. And what could organizations do to change that ratio? So we want the female leaders to bring their spouses on stage. So it's a great occasion to celebrate great managers, and we are very happy to see our strategic partner Akhilesh Mandal here to talk about culture and how culture impacts the companies. And another significant thing that we discovered this year, the business landscape of Sri Lanka is changing. And most of the EV companies have fielded their candidates, from the largest conglomerates to the mid-size, and they are recognized in this platform too. So that shows the credibility of this award platform and how you nurture great managers who could later on create great cultures in the organization. So we wish you all the best, and all the families, shall we give them a round of applause for all the ladies or men behind these successful people, and have a great evening. Thank you.